What's happening, everybody? So back at you guys with another daily vlog. In today's vlog, I'm feeling quite tired today. Like, it's been a long week, lots of early mornings. Probably should have been going to bed earlier than I have been. Arthur's been off school, so like we've been doing lots of stuff. So it's just been quite a long week. So today I'm going to take you guys through my sort of pre-workout warm-up and mobility ritual. Okay, and now a lot of you are going to be thinking, that's a bit boring. And to be honest, when I first started working out, I never used to do any of this stuff. And then, like, as you've been working out for longer and longer, and as you get older, like, muscles get tight, things get sore and achy. But since I've been doing this consistently, this is what I wanted to show you guys, was because this will actually make you have a better workout. Doing these things, doing these proper warm-ups and mobility drills, you know, you'll be able to squat better, you'll be able to bench press better, you'll be able to feel it in your chest more, you'll be able to get better at pull-ups. It's so important for the rest of the workout in terms of how you feel while you're working out. Working out. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. So we're going to start off on all fours and doing upper back rotations. Okay, so this is just loosening up all of your upper back. People get really tight through their upper backs from sort of slouching, sitting down too much. So literally putting one hand on your temple, doing 10, rotating as far as you can, but keeping your hips square to the ground, 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. And you should really feel this loosening up all around that scapular and rhomboid area. I then moved into another exercise, which again is opening up your upper back. But the one thing I found amazing about this was for my shoulders in particular. I've always had a dodgy left shoulder, but by doing in this particular stretch, it stretches all through that same part of the upper back that the previous stretch did, but also loosens off your chest and your shoulders. And I just find before I go into any sort of pull-ups or bench pressing or anything like that, if I do this, then it just makes my upper body feel so much better, and like everything's moving much smoother and stops any sort of like clicking in my shoulders from where they get too tight. So you just want to try and keep your hand on the ground as much of the way round as you possibly can. So your fingertips touching the ground, and then you drag them across the floor whilst creating like a semicircle over your head, rotating your hand when you get to above your head, so you come onto the back, and then just opening up your chest, shoulders and upper back as far as you can. The idea is to try and keep your fingers grazing the floor as you go around, and if they come off and you can't keep them on the floor, then that just means you need to do it more. Then I move into a simple hip stretch. So again, before you do any sort of squatting movements and lower body movements, and people that do a lot of sitting down, you're going to get really tight hips. So simply just crossing one leg over the other, pulling one leg towards me and then pushing away on the knee. And each one of these sort of static stretches, holding for like 15 seconds, just getting a real good stretch through the hips. And then the next one is basically just sitting down in a deep squat again. So just getting as low as you can, sitting down whilst being able to keep your heels on the ground, and then pushing your knees outwards using your arms. Again, stretching all through your hips and all through your adductors, and just loosening up so that when you come into doing squats and stuff, it just feels a lot more comfortable to get into that position. Then I moved on to YTWs. Now this is brilliant, particularly if you're someone that has bad posture, you want to try and improve your pull-ups. A lot of people lack strength in the upper back through the rhomboids, through the rear delts, through the lower traps. So these YTWs are brilliant. You only need to use a lightweight, a 1.25 or a 2.5. Squeezing your shoulder blades back on the first one, raising up in a Y shape. And then on the second exercise, targeting more of the rear delts, dumbbells pointing in and bringing the dumbbells as far back as you can. And then the last one, the W, which is basically elbows up high, arms at a right angle, and rotating your wrists towards the ceiling. So that's all more through your rotator cuff. Then hip flexors. So again, people that get really tight from sitting down, stretching out your hip flexors prior to working out is a really good idea. So just coming onto one knee, both legs at a right angle, drive your hips forward and then lunge forwards into that front knee. And again, holding it for like 10, 15 seconds. The majority of people's hip flexors are probably too tight. Then after that, moving on, you can use, I prefer to use a broomstick, but I don't actually have one at the studio at the moment. Using a broomstick or a resistance band, just coming up and over, keeping your arms straight, again, stretching through your chest and your shoulders, feeling your shoulder blades pinch together. This is really good for people, again, with that sort of bad upper posture. And that's it. That's the warm-up routine for the beginning of my workouts.